Right. Right then. You wanna know what annoys me about this door? The fact that it's open. Let's close that. No, do you wanna know what annoys me about current society? Probably not, but I'll say it anyway. Um Bear in mind, I think I'm pretty ignorant. I don't really read the news, or like, I don't know. I don't really know what a lot of things mean. Like, because I'm not up to date with all the terminology and all of the, theories and whatnot. So I might not be like right, and I might say the wrong thing, use the wrong words, or yeah, but I'm going to it anyway. And I think I'm generally right. I just might not have like the deets down. So yeah, basically, I think as a culture, Western culture, we have, like a yo-yo. You know how yo-yos go up and down. Bit of a cliche, but I think we are just yo-yoed too far. Okay, I think basically what we've done, like academically, is we have, the 20th century happened, and we got pretty crazy, didn't we? As humanity, we got pretty crazy. We had the Nazis. That wasn't very good. We had some pretty extreme ideas. I'm looking at you, Mao. And we got pretty rigid with categories and eugenics. That wasn't very good. You know? And then, so we were like, we will never do that again. That was awful. How should I phrase this? But now, because we were so categorical, is that the right word? We were so into like categories and like modernism and like, you know, race, you know, and we got so precise with like race and gender and like everything was like, this is this, you fit into this category. At least that's what the Nazis were like. I'm not saying everyone in the 20th century was like that. That's not true. And so now we're scared and we're like, oh, uh, not only did we go too far there, which we did. I'm I'm not a Nazi. That's just. But now we're gonna say that gender doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist. There's no difference between men and women. Okay. And it's like, what are you talking about? No, I don't know. I don't know. There's like gender and sex. I can't remember what the difference is that people now say is between these words. I don't know. I just know the general idea. They think that there's not really a biological difference and it's all just kind of like social constructs and expectations and whatever. Is it though? Like, I think at least academically we can be honest and be like, hey guys, don't discriminate, okay? Don't hate someone just because of their gender or race. Don't be a Nazi. But at the same time, there may be some biological differences in general, not on an individual basis. It's not like all women are the same. No. It's not like all men are the same. No. It's just general trends. So there are some women who act like, the stereotypical man, and there are some, and it goes the other way too. Okay, can we just say that instead of being like, you know what, guys, it doesn't exist. There's no such thing as a woman or a man. No such thing. Because it's just like, you're lying. What are you doing? Like, just shut up. What? Yes, there is. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, what is this like patronizing bullshit? Like, you guys can't be trusted with any kind of category because you might become Nazis, so we're just going to pretend they don't exist. And if you disagree with us, then you are a Nazi. Meanwhile, we're going to celebrate what it is to be a woman. And we're going to celebrate all of the different types of sexuality you can have. And there's like hundreds. Sorry, are we getting rid of categories or are we celebrating them? Which is it? You know? It's like, I don't know, man. I mean, I understand, like, I don't know. I don't know. Do you know what I mean, though? And it's like, shouldn't, like, if you want the end goal to be that we get rid of like misogyny, and we all just get along, and and it's like, okay, I understand that, I get that, but like, you're not achieving that, whoever you are. Like, I know I'm just generalizing right now, like, I'm sorry, but whoever it is that came up with these ideas, you're not achieving peace. You're pissing everyone off. Am I wrong? Because like, when the average fucking person hears about like the gender's not real, they're gonna be like, what are you talking about? And you're just gonna piss them off. And when you pretend like there is no, like, you know, the whole nature versus nurture debate, when you just pretend like nature is just not real and it's just all nurture. So it's like, if a man is acting aggressively, then it's the patriarchy's fault for telling him that he can act aggressively, and he's just entitled because of his manhood. You're just gonna piss him off even more. And then if he disagrees with you tell him he's a bigot. You're just pissing him off even more. And it's not true either. There is such a thing as nature. You know, it's like, testosterone exists. And that doesn't mean that men just have the right to just fucking act like dickheads and just like, it doesn't mean there should be any kind of like inequality or like patriarchy or anything. I don't agree with that. I just think we should just be honest. Do you know what I mean? And just like, let's not just fucking baby ourselves and just pretend like, you know, something like testosterone doesn't exist, and that in general men struggle with, you know, aggressiveness more than women. Let's not just like fucking pretend that that's all just because of like societal, you know, what the fuck, you know, societal pulls and the patriarchy and violent video games, and let's not pretend that all men are just like entitled, and that anything that's, you know, let's stop with the baby bullshit. You know, the truth is, I think society in the West has changed, right? We don't have a lot of wars. Do you know what I mean? This isn't like 1066 anymore. We're not like just battling France constantly. We have generally slowed down on the wars, which is good, right? We also don't go hunting anymore. Do you know what I mean? So we don't have soldiers. I mean, we do, but there's not a great demand for soldiers at the moment in the West, in England, in America, you know. And I know, yes, America is maybe about to go to war, but I'm just can you just be honest with me? Generally, there are less wars, yes, okay, and there's less hunting, so we don't have a demand for soldiers or hunters. Okay, so society has changed. Maybe we don't need men to sort of have this like aggressive natural tendency. that some men do. Can we just be honest about that? And just be like, right, we're just trying to, adjust to a more peaceful, modern, civilized society now. And therefore, less, some of these natural instincts that some men may have are less desirable now. Why can't we just and we'll work together through that, because we know that might be difficult for some of you to overcome these things. Why don't we say that instead of well, men are aggressive because they're just entitled, because they've always got everything they've wanted because of the patriarchy, and the patriarchy rules society. And it's like, no, not all men are entitled. Do you know the amount of fucking impoverished men who are the idea that they are entitled, some fucking dude from Detroit who has no money, and it's like, oh, you're aggressive because of the patriarchy. It's like, I just don't think we're really moving forward as a society. I think we're in a peaceful time, and things on a whole are not going so badly compared to the rest of history, and yet we seem so angry at each other. And I think part of the reason is because of this emotional whiplash reaction against misogyny, which is now just misandry. It's like, why can't we just be chill? Anyway.